Welcome back to Living with MZK. I'm teacher Ruselo-Phetuka, and this is my channel. If you're new, please don't forget to subscribe down below and be part of the Empire. And if you're a returning subscriber, hi Empire. Yeah, just wait, this chair is making me mad. Okay, let me button this one because money sends away. I'm going to be sexy for you guys because you're on this one. I hope you guys can't see that mark, but welcome back to my channel. Basically today we're going to be introducing a new segment of my channel. If you watch my introduction to 2021 and the goals that I have for my channel, it's that I'm going to be introducing different segments, and this is one of the segments that I'm going to be introducing on my channel. I need to speak slow because people say I speak too fast, so let me speak slower. So this is one of the segments that I'm going to be introducing on my channel, which is called TV Reviews with TJ. And in this segment we'll basically be reviewing TV shows, mainly reality TV. So 90% of the content that I'm going to be reviewing on this segment is reality TV. And to introduce it, to bring it forth, we're going to be reviewing The Real Housewives of Durban season 1, which is premiered this year in South Africa, and people can watch it overseas. And if you don't have Showmax, it's exclusively on Showmax, but if you don't have Showmax, you can catch it this week on Mzansi Magic from 6 p.m. every Sunday on Mzansi Magic. It's going to be playing there because it finished on Showmax. Now it's going to go to Mzansi Magic. So if you paid money to watch it, we basically waste our money. So without further ado, welcome to T Reviews with TJ. Another thing, I want to keep this video very short and sweet because, man, this cost for me. Okay, I want to keep this video very short and simple. So basically, The Real Housewives of Durban is an extension on The Real Housewives of South Africa because they're under one thing, which is Real Housewives of South Africa. And the first Real Housewives franchise we got in South Africa was Real Housewives of Real Housewives of Johannesburg, and they have 2 seasons. Season 3 was apparently cancelled because certain things happened, but was shy. And then now we're reviewing Real Housewives of Durban, which only aired season 1, which aired this year. Why can't I speak today? Ciao. So basically in this video we're going to be reviewing each cast member and what I think about them and what should have changed in the cast dynamic and what they could have changed all in all in production wise when it comes to the cast members. So I'll be reading out basically bios of each housewife that I got from Film Bella. Thanks to Film Bella for doing this. He did this a week before the housewife show started when he was introducing the different housewives. So basically I'm going to be reading you guys each housewife, and then I'm going to be reviewing them after I read that certain biography. Yeah. So without further ado, let's get into the first one. Sarisha Naidu. Former actress, interesting. DJ, interesting. And businesswoman, okay. Through her company SSBO, she imports about 25 international beauty products, interesting. Sarisha is a mother of 2 and she's married to businesswoman Vivian Reddy. That is not interesting because yes. So when I read this and it says she's a former actress, I'd be like, interesting because I didn't know that. DJ, very interesting as well. And businesswoman, I'm not shocked because there was a thing that was mentioned that she's a businesswoman, but I'm shocked at the same time because we didn't get her business aspect of life in the season, whereas the other woman we saw that. But Sarisha, the only thing we saw was her say goodbye to her husband, and she was happy that her husband was leaving. We saw her with her kids making, I think it was tea, or was it bobo tea, and then we saw her when she was sad that her kid was in the hospital, but we never saw her in her business aspect. And for me, Sarisha Naidu gave us a character change as the season progressed, because the first episode she was the golden girl because she brought all the women together. She was all, let's support each other, let's not bash each other, let's not bring each other down. But then the last few episodes for me were a bit, is this Sarisha? Is this what she gave us the first few episodes? Is this what we should expect? Is this really the Sarisha that she introduced us to, So that was very shaky because the last few episodes, I wouldn't say she became a mean girl, but ever since she became close with Ueni no Khomozo, and they called each other the Destiny Child. I don't know why they called each other the Destiny Child, but she gave me a character change which I did not expect, And then, but otherwise, she's a great element to the cast. But do I see her lasting in the long run? Definitely not. Definitely not. She's a person who's going to last season 1, 2, 3. Season 4 is going to be pushing it. Season 3 is also kind of pushing it. If she lost, I'm going to be shocked. But she's definitely going to be there in season 2. But I don't see her lasting in the long run. And she could also be a 1-season cast member and never come back again. Because I honestly don't see her lasting. Yes, she's the only one who housewife-wise. But I don't see her lasting. So for me, Sarisha is a... Let me be nice, child. She's a 7 out of 10, if not 6.5. If not 6.5, she's a 7 out of 10. Let's get to the next one. This one was a fave, season long. Ayanda Ngwane. She's the late gospel singer Sfiso Ngwane's widow. Ayanda owns an artist management and entertainment business that is said to be keeping Sfiso's legacy alive. I'm not shocked about her biography because she showed us her artist management. She showed us that she manages her brother and she manages other artists. We saw her with her brother. We saw her with her family dynamics. We saw her after her mother passed away. So for me, she gave us an aspect in her personal life. We saw her with her kids. We saw her what she does with her kids. So for me, she gave us a private life aspect of. She used her hours that she was given wisely. She gave us, because obviously people had already their thoughts about Ayanda, and including me. Because when I saw her on the cast, when I saw on the trailer and she was part of the cast, I was like, really? Really? Was thandi izinto mfazi kancane? Because I mean, she was given a rather interesting public image, after Sfiso's passing. She was given a very interesting, very, very interesting public image. And people had their own expectations. People had their own ideas of who she is. But then when she got on the show, I even saw on Twitter, she became a public fave. She became a public fave. And then when we look at numbers-wise, she brought the numbers to the housewives, let's be honest, because she has the most following on the show. So she brought the numbers to the show. So, and she's an amazing element on the show. And the way she carried the Nongo situation, I wouldn't be that chilled, child. I definitely wouldn't be that chilled. But obviously with the image that she has, she had to carry herself in a public way, in the way that people supposedly expect her to behave and to carry herself. So I was not shocked on the way she carried herself. So obviously behind the camera, she would be like, but public-wise, I wasn't shocked the way she carried herself. So for me, Ayanda is a 9 out of 10. And I would give her a 10 out of 10. But the last episode of the season, the comments she made about Khomot's and Khomot's culture were... Those are not cool. So for me, Ayanda Ngwane is a 9 out of 10. And she's one of the top housewives of the show. And she's a great element. And I see her lasting. She's going to be one of those OGs that go, OGs that go in the long run. So season 8 will be there, and I feel like Ayanda's going to be there. You know what I mean? So she's that type. The next one is Nonkanyiso Tonto, who is formerly known as La Tonto. She's a mother and runs her own beauty brand called La Tonto Natural. She hosts and organizes women empowerment seminars as well as mentors young women. When I read this, that she's a mother, I wasn't shocked because I know like Congo from a while back when she got into tabloids about her being Zuma's youngest wife when she was 25. So I'm not shocked. But most people are obviously shocked. Most people don't know who like Tonto is. If you don't know like Tonto, she's Zuma's, I think number 5, if not number 6, but she's Zuma's last wife. And she has a child with Zuma. When I saw, she didn't give us a private element of her life. Like, akasibonisa ukuthi thina besifuna aye enkandla. Ayophekela abafazi iSunny Lounge enkandla. To show us a living dynamics zasenkandla. To show us how she carries herself enkandla. To show us Jacob Zuma enkandla. But did she do that? No, she did not do that, which was very disappointing. Even her penthouse, we did not see. Like, they should have given us it all, your penthouse. But if you're gonna be a private person, then you're not supposed to be on a reality show, because we really did not get. The only private thing that we got was about her brand and her sister. That's all. If you're gonna sign up for a reality show, show us what you do, show us how you live, show us, especially if you're gonna be on a franchise called Real Housewives, you're supposed to show us your partner or your husband, because you're on a show that's called Real Housewives, you know. So that for me was a very, very disappointing, because obviously people expected her to show us Uzoma, to show us her day-to-day life basis, and we didn't get that. So that for me was a very, 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 very disappointing. But content-wise, she gave us the drama, she gave us the content, she gave us everything that we needed. So for me, she's an 8 out of 10. And the reason why I'm not going to give her like a 9 or 10 is because she didn't show us her private life. And also the last episode with her, Ayanda and Popo, was very shocking. So that's the reason why I'm not giving her a 9 or 10. So she's an 8 out of 10. My lips are dry. Oh, child. Ad break. Now, the next housewife I'm going to be reviewing is Tony Lodek. She runs her own events and marketing company. Interesting. As well as a dance agency. She also owns a salon called Anesthetic and plans to franchise it in the next 3 years. So when I said interesting, when we saw she owns her own events and marketing, it's interesting because we didn't see that on the show. The only thing that we saw was her salon Anesthetic as well as her dance agency, but we saw her dance agency 5 seconds and that was gone. It was when she was getting the intro. You know, almost when the season starts, each housewife gets an introduction and they tell us who they are. That's the only place we saw her what's it called? Her dance agency. Otherwise, Caspin is E1. And for me, Annie shouldn't have been a part of the cast. In the season is very Mean Girl vibes, and it's not even Mean Girl in front of you, it's Mean Girl in her diaries. And she's gonna, even Sorisha's gonna get the shock of her life at the end because of her diary sessions, same as Anne because of her diary sessions, same as Ohomoto was a Mean Girl in public and in diaries, so they're gonna get the shock of their lives in the diary sessions. So for me, Anne, I hope she doesn't come back in season 2. She's a 4 out of 10 for me. That's all I'm going to say about Anne. She's a 4 out of 10. I'm sorry, child. I feel like if we got to know her better and what she stands for, I feel like we should have gotten a better image. But the way the show was edited and the way she was almost put like as the, not the underdog, but as the mean girl. It might be the editor of the show, but sorry. The next one is Nonko Williams. Miss Closure. If you watch the show, you're going to understand Miss Closure. She is a mother of 3. She's a founder. She is a founder of Ashes to Beauty Winery. Nonko is also said to be in construction as well. So I was shocked that she's said to be in construction because I don't think we even saw a snippet of her in construction. The only person we saw in construction was Otobile, which I don't understand why she was on the show. But anyways, child. For me, Nonko, the what's it called? The image that she's going to be known as from episode 4, half of the season was, I need closure. I need closure. I need closure. I need closure. Ingane yam. Where I am. Where? And she has multiple personalities on the show. One time we know her as the woman must look up to me. Next time we know her as she is wrong. So even Nonko, we don't really know what she stands for and who she is. Okay, we know who she is, but don't know what she stands for and what her character is like on not a day-to-day basis. And we saw that she's not a good friend. First of all, to Tobile and Mabusi, she's not a good friend. And for me, I feel like Nonko is the Dorinda. Okay, not the Dorinda's amazing. Okay, character-wise, in the last season of Real Housewives of New York, she's a Dorinda. She needs a break. She wasn't ready for reality TV. I get why she was casted, but she wasn't ready for reality TV. So for me, Nongo is a 5 out of 10. Khomotso Ndungane, the wife of an icon. Wife of former Sharks and Springbok player Odwa Dungane, based in Waldemere, Khomotso runs a 3-tier events company, a flower boutique, events equipment hiring, and events creation. Khomotso. Have you ever been in a room at night and then there's an annoying fly that keeps buzzing? That was Khomotso the entire season for me. Wifey icon. And then she goes MIA, reunion time, but she was problematic the whole season. I don't get it. I hope she doesn't come back in season 2 because child, no. Ngeke. Sorry. Leave it. Definitely not. So I'm not even gonna get into deep because I don't like Khomotso as a whole. She was not supposed to be casted. She gave us different characters as along the season, and all those characters weren't good characters. They weren't digestible characters. So for me, Khomotso is a 0 out of 10. Sorry. 0. So that was the last housewife that we were reviewing. But then I also want to review a friend who was prominent the whole season, and she gave us content the whole season, Umabusi. I'm great. Mabusi was brought into the show by Nongo, who soon became friends with Ayanda and Latongo. I'm glad. And we saw how Nongo treats her friends. I'm glad we also saw that. And I hope Mabusi comes back for season 2 and she's a full-time cast member. She can replace Khomotso and Annie anytime. We wouldn't mind a cast of 5 members, with Sorisha, Ayanda, Latongo, Nongo, and Mabusi. I wouldn't mind that. Without the other 2, I wouldn't mind that. Definitely not. And then they bring other friends. Definitely wouldn't mind that. Any day. Any day. But the cast as a whole, it was a great cast. The way they worked with each other, it was amazing. The way they produced the season and the way we saw each housewife was great. They definitely upped the housewife standards of South Africa. They definitely, because Joburg with Durban, Joburg is here, Durban is here. Most definitely. So we thank them for a great season. We thank them for giving us content after content after drama after drama. So when I rate the show as a whole, I definitely give it a 9 out of 10. Definitely give it, okay, no. Yes, a 9 out of 10, because there were moments where I was like, So there were definitely those moments. So the whole show in general was a great show. It was well produced. It was well casted. Some cast members were just very shaken. I hope they don't come back in season 2. But all in all, it was a great show. It was a great season. And we thank them for doing that. So that wraps up our video. I hope you guys enjoyed this new segment, TV Reviews with TJ. And if you want more episodes of TV Reviews with TJ, I don't promise you guys that you guys are going to get this segment every month. I'm hoping that each segment that I do, you guys get it every month. And you're going to see in my next video, I'm going to be also starting a fashion segment. So I'm hoping each month you guys get a different aspect of each segment. But TV Reviews with TJ obviously is not going to be every month because there are not many great shows in South Africa that I can review. Even there's this movie Slay on Netflix. Apparently it's getting bad what's it called? Bad reviews, and I might just watch it and give it to you guys. If you want it, just comment down below. But thank you guys for staying till the end. I hope you guys do subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And one thing about you guys, thank you for 400 subscribers. Just wait. Let's cheers to 400 subscribers. 400 subscribers. Now we are saying road to 500. 500 subscribers was my goal for last year, but then I was inconsistent. So this year we're definitely reaching 500. So thank you guys for getting me to 400 subscribers. And if you have not subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe down below and like this video and share it with everybody so that they can also subscribe, that they can also like, that they can also indulge in quality content. Without further ado, this is Living with MZK. Thank you for tuning in.